Merry Christmas. Welcome. You have reached Rich with unlimited cards. You are well off the beaten path. If you have arrived here, you are in the shadows of Pride Rock Land. I am a nobody. And today we have Kaboom. Yeah, bulk cards. You know we love this bulk. Victor, Kazi Inspector. Bought myself a bulk lot. It's already been opened. I've already filmed this video a couple times, but I decided to, hey, I gotta make it shorter, so I've already opened it. I'm glad I didn't have to cut this open on video for you guys, and we just go straight into looking at the cards. I've already looked through these because I've done this video a couple times. They just lagged on, and so we're gonna get straight to the point here. There's a lot of different repeat cards about this bulk lot. I mean, I'm really into like investing in sealed product and older cards, but you know, this is part of like the other side of the business where we sell single cards, buy bulk, and then look for a return. Nice, Ascendant Pack later. All right. So, the thought I was going to talk about here is just kind of the flow of life, right? Things aren't always hunky-dory. Things aren't always the best. And we have to remember that there are dark times and there are better times. The dark times will come. The better times will come too. And so I just kind of wanted to create some kind of metaphor for people out there. Just talking about my card store here. So a darker time for my card store would be theoretically people just not buying from me. Me having a bunch of dead inventory, putting in more work than I need to. I'm putting in more work than the return that's being given to me. And then a better time, a more bullish time, is when you got Universes Beyond, and all these people flooding in, Bitcoin skyrocketing to 6 figures, and you have all these people coming in just wanting to spend money, and that's what builds the business and helps it grow. By the way, I don't know if... Oh yeah, I remember this. Look at all these Shiva Dragons. Anybody? Does anybody even know this card? Anyways. So obviously we look for the more bullish times, but there are going to be dark times. And interesting thing, with selling cards like this, I don't think people really understand like how difficult it is. I don't think people realize how difficult it is to sell singles with all the things that get lost or stolen, or you misplace things, or you have to constantly maybe change prices because something has tanked or something has climbed in value. There's a constant amount of work, and the return that you get is not that much. It's really just getting your name out there, learning how to ship and sell, getting a return, and then you build and grow from there. Everybody's at different levels. I have my investing side, and then I still like doing this. I think there's probably an ending point at some point in my day where I don't want to sell singles anymore, but for now I'm going to keep pushing forward. It gives me a return, liquidity, and we keep moving forward. Alchemist Gift, Death Touch, and Lifelink. Nice. So, here we go. Get through these. Primal Might. Oh, Scoop Mob. Yeah, I remember seeing. There's a bunch of these in here. What a great card. So, when I'm selling cards, there's a lot of different times when people are just not going to be selling or not going to be buying. And then there's going to be a lot of times when people are buying a ton. And during those times when they're buying a ton, I feel like a hero. I feel like I'm just on top of the world. Everything's going well, and we're just rolling, right? During the dark times, though, and mind you, I have sold in the entire years of 2022 and 2023 when things were punching us in the face and people were not buying as many things or at a price that we would like to sell it at, right? Basically getting punched in the face every single day. I mean, there were some dark times in 2022, 2023 when I was walking to the post office with literally just like a few orders. Very dark times. And like pennies that day that I've made. And during those times, you just feel like crap, right? But what the brain doesn't notice is that there's a good time coming after that. So I've gone through this time and time again. Get this closer to the camera. Sorry, these cards, by the way, look at the bend. Look at this printing quality. I mean, this is just where we're at. That single-handedly is one of the reasons why people don't play Magic anymore. During these dark times, when people are buying less and things are harder, it's hard for me to go online and list cards. It's hard for me to go and put forth effort because the effort that I'm putting forward is more than the return that I'm getting. The return is less, right? These rooms are so cool. Beautiful. So what I've found out time and time again is when I go through these times that I have to push forward, right? So when things are darker, people aren't buying things, I have to actually work harder during that time so I can relax a bit more during the good times. And we all know how powerful rest is, right? If you're weightlifting and you're building muscle, you need to rest in between that in order to grow the muscle, right? It needs rest in between. That's why you don't just go every single day right off the bat. You can build up to that and then get your rest time in half of a day. But when you're starting, you want days of rest, right? And it's kind of like building cards, right? If we keep pushing forward, we might drive ourselves insane. So there are moments where we need to step back, clearly think, meditate, decide what we want to do on a bigger picture scale in life and move forward. But during those dark times, it's really hard to do that. Look at this bear token. What is he on? Did he just destroy a spaceship himself? Who knows? Adventures of Forgotten Realms. Nice. It's kind of cool going through these cards for like a third time here. Seeing all these different things. So just the past few weeks here, I've had a decline in sales. During that time, it lasts forever. It feels like it goes on forever. It feels like it's never ending. It feels like I'm going into a hole and I'm remembering the bear market of 2022 and 2023 when we all got punched in the face, right? And and we're looking at this bullish time like, when's it going to end? When's it going to get bearish again? And there has been a substantial decline in sales in the past few weeks. And so I'm looking at, I'm like, is this even worth it? Do I need to pull back? Do I need to stop working? These are things that go in my mind when there is less out there, when it's a darker time. But in all reality, I've gone through this so many different times where there's this pullback in sales, and I've learned that what you need to do is actually push forward and harder during those times. So in the pullback, it makes you want to stop. But if you push harder, then you will have more. You have put forth more effort, you've accumulated more, you're more ready for the bullish time. And that's something that the brain forgets time and time again. I single-handedly think that anybody out there, if you push harder during darker times, now whether that's a worldly time, right? Like interest rates punching us all in the face, or war or whatever, when you push forward to grow your life during that time, you will be ahead of, I'd say, I don't know, random number, 95% of the people out there that literally did nothing during that time, or sat back or said, this hurts, I can't do anything. It builds resilience, it builds mental fortitude, and it gets you to a place that a lot of people are not going to be at when we get to that bullish time. So during the past few weeks here, with the decline in sales that I'm having, I decided to push forward and do... Oh, I thought that was Streets of Capena. I was like, oh, nice, but Foundations, still nice. By the way, I think Foundations was the true Magic 30th. I truly believe that. Magic 30th was not our Magic 30th, but Foundations, the nostalgia that everybody felt, the growth of like the new format, I believe that was the Magic 30th we needed. So here we are. What is it, like? I think it was just yesterday where the sales started to increase again. And I realized in the moment that the reason why the sales decreased is because of the holidays. People are buying presents for themselves, for friends, for family, right? They're spending their money, so they're spending less on things like this, stupid shit like this, right? And so it looks like we're entering a more bearish time, but really people are just pulling back for a reason. And that's kind of like, during those times, our brain thinks it's infinite. During those times, we don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. But I have to put it out there that it is absolutely imperative that people push forward during those times, because it will grow so much more when you get to that better time. You have to push forward. You have to keep going. You can't just give up, right? I mean, you can, but giving up doesn't really solve anything. Solving the problems and working harder during those times, I truly believe, helps when things get better. And now here we are, Christmas time, and things have gotten better. There are more sales happening as of yesterday for me. And I tell myself I have to remember this every single time. When it's darker, I need to work harder to get there. When it's a better time, I can take a step back and relax. I mean, you're still working really hard, but you take back a step back in your mind or whatever. I'm not going to go through the rest. I've already been through these like 3 times. You guys haven't. There you go. Merfolk Sovereign. We'll end it with a Merfolk Sovereign. Remember to push forward during dark times. Whether it's like a dark time in the entire world or just a dark time in your life, you have to push forward. Don't drive yourself insane, but do more than you normally would to build that fortitude. Because the good time's going to come around. And when it does, you better be ready for it. Simple short video here. Bought a bunch of bulk cards. Going to be listing these online on the storefronts. And we'll go from there. Enjoy your day. Merry Christmas, everybody. Remember, keep pushing forward, keep building your life, even when it seems abysmal. Have a great day.